Hello guys. All right. I just woke up and I just had this idea like of making a YouTube video about this thing because I feel brave enough now to speak about it. Also, I am German by the way, but I feel like I should make this video in English because this way it reaches a wider range of people. Because I know this, like I don't know, but I assume that this shit, sorry for the bad language, that this happens to, can happen to everyone, if you are religious or not, if you are, um, I don't know, it doesn't matter. This can happen to anyone. Because now, like it's about um, grape, like I don't know if I can say the word, but I will say grape. I guess grape, like the fruit. It's about getting that, like that this happens to you. Like if you still do understand what I mean, it's about getting abused, like um, getting abused. Yeah, people like first of all, I know like people are already talking about it that it can also happen that it can also happen to boys, not only girls. Of like it can happen to everyone. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Uh, Maybe even animals. I don't know, man. Like I'm not. I'm by the way in this whole video. I don't think I will make anything like funny or any jokes. I don't mean anything funny. This is about to be serious. And if I make something funny, then it's because I can't cope otherwise with it. Because I realize that we humans, like, we laugh when we can't cope. Like, when we can't, like, quite understand something or quite grasp something, we laugh. That's how we cope with it, yeah. So, where was I? Yeah. It can happen to everyone, maybe even animals, it happens to. Like, okay, you know what, guys? This will be a long video, okay? This will be a long video because because it's just I don't know. Like the thing about animals, yeah, we treat. I don't. I will still speak about the topic. I'm not like this is not. I'm not. I will just do it, man. The thing about animals, we treat them so badly. I like you would think that it's something about the past, like that we treat them good now. Yesterday I was outside and you realize like animals are living beings. They want to learn too. They want to experience things too. Yeah, but we don't just treat animals like it. We treat ourselves like it too. We treat our children, our babies like that too. We don't respect them. We don't see them as human beings. We see them as lesser people, as dumber people, as unexperienced. Brother, this human is just collecting his experience. You cannot say, yo, don't do this to a human. Like when I see children outside, sorry, this children wants to experience something. Yeah, he needs time for something. I don't know. He's looking at something. I see that the parents are like, yo, come here. We don't have time for this. We don't have, brother. What do you mean you don't have time for this? This child is experiencing something. It's building the foundation of his life right now. What do you mean you don't have time? What? And the problem is the children they know this, but the problem is we are bigger and louder than them, so we can just shout at them and make them feel unsafe, and then this is how we can control them. I see it every day, man. Like when I'm outside, I see how mother just Like her daughter wants something. Like she's upset about something, and she just no, 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 no. Why don't you care about your daughter being upset? She has a reason. You don't just get upset because oh yeah, this is his children. They You have to take everyone. If you don't take a living being seriously, then don't have it. Like don't make a children or if an animal, don't buy it. Like don't. So crazy that we can just buy animals. Like yeah, we don't have slaves anymore, but we can still buy animals and hold them on a leash. Like the thing what I meant with animal, when we go outside with a dog and have them on a leash, then I don't know. They want to. I saw it yesterday. The dog wanted to experience something, and then the owner was like, "Oh no, no, come here!" Like he's dragging the dog. Like, what am I looking at? And this is not a special case I'm talking about. This is like the general, like, huh? I know there are people outside who treat the animals good. I know it, yeah, but it's not a general understanding that this is, like, for example, it's a general understanding that saying the N word is bad, no? But that's not a general understanding what, like, that you should treat your dog, your animals better, yeah? They want to experience stuff too, you know? They are not for you. They are not on this world for you. You disgusting human. What do you think? Who do you think you are? And the dog still, like, just laugh it off and go on, man. I can't understand, really. She's just like dragging him, and then she's saying, like in German, it means when you walk your yeah walking your dog means Gassi gehen, like it's Gassi gehen, walking your dog. And then she's like, um, it's supposed to be walking your dog, not standing your dog. Like she's trying to like oh my god, this like I know I'm crazy, and I'm not actually crazy, but like I this is something I will talk. I can no why not? Due to what happened to me, like what the um, 8 9 boys, I don't know, they like 8 9 boys did this to me. Like I did this what happened to me. Not one guy did it to me, or two or three, but 8 people or nine. I don't know, seven. I I'm not like it was like this amount of people, yeah. Okay. What was I talking about? Uh, I will just come to the thing then. Okay. I got yeah by and I know you probably wonder like is he actually talking about that topic because I can just talk about like people normally when they would talk about it they would be like they would feel uncomfortable, but this happened to me when I was 17, and okay, I will talk about it now. Okay, the thing, guys, is the special thing about it is that why my life got so out of hand is because like I guess like I spoke with other people too, which this happened to, and the thing when you are for example like this can happen in many different ways, and it is still happening in many different ways because people who do this to someone, this is the problem, like this is not something that you can just uh, that can just vanish from the world, because people are trying to find new ways how to do this to someone, because when you do this to someone, yeah, the guy or the people, sorry, the people who do this to someone do it in a way that it doesn't get recognized, like that the what's the person called when something is done to him, the in German it's Opfer, in English The guy which this is done to isn't just chosen randomly. The victim, sorry, yeah, the victim by people who are doing this to someone is chosen very specifically. Because if the victim was someone who would just go to the police and tell them, yo, this guys did this and this to me, because in my case, it weren't the guys who did it to me weren't just random people like on the street and they had masks on or something and I couldn't see them, you know. By the way, I hope even if you can't speak English, this video can. My English is good enough that this video can be translated in your language at least. Yeah. This video is supposed to, even if you are unsure if it happened to you or not, because I was unsure at the beginning if it actually happened to me. Like, not at the beginning, but at the beginning I didn't even know that it happened to me, by the way, for years. It happened when I was 17, as I told you. That was when I got like, by the way, I know that I was about to speak about the topic, but I just ended it. I know. I will just speak what comes to my mind. I know it's a little bit weird, maybe, but I will just do it like that. I hope it's okay for you. My mind is not in the best state right now. Like, not right now, in the last years in general. My mind was completely blown. Like, you can't even imagine. And I know I just ended the topic again, yeah. Um, I will just speak, man. I hope that whatever I say, that it's like I don't think there's right or wrong. Like there's I don't you know in school you learn that you have to write everything like this. You have to a topic like brother. Like we are human beings. I can't just talk. Like there's no rules to talking. There's no rules to living. You know I don't know why. Like you have to. Ah, it's so yeah, my mind isn't like in the best state. By the way, when I talk or when I think, even, I have trouble thinking and talking because I always think that I'm doing something wrong or, it's because of what happened to me. But you know what the funny, like, sorry, you know what the thing is? What happened to me didn't just like happen, you know? It was like I told you guys, the victims are chosen, yeah? If I had more self-respect, then this wouldn't have been done to me. They chose me because, and if the people, like I know the people who did it to me, will watch this video. By the way, I can only speak like this freely about this topic because I understand why they did it. The thing is, in the last years, I tried to understand a vast majority of things in life, like because I didn't just want to like when you try to understand something, you read a book about it or you Google it or you. I wanted to make up my own mind about, and this I know this sounds like free thinkers or something. I mean it in a positive way, okay? Like I don't mean like I didn't make any I don't I just mean it in a positive way, trust me, okay? I don't mean it in like a weird way. Okay. I tried to make up like my own mind about this. For example, the people who did this to me, yeah? Normally you would say, yeah, those are asshole sorry. Those are a-holes, those are bad people, you know? The way I see it is um, the people who did this to me have big problems. Like, you wouldn't just go and do this to someone, you know? Um, and especially, it's crazy that like 7 or 9 people did this to me, you know? So every single one of them had problems. Like, and I was probably the only normal one there and did to me. Like I said, the way this even happened to me was because I had low self-respect, and this is the way it happened to me. And they knew that I wouldn't tell anyone, you know. And the funny thing is, like, they didn't even know they me. They didn't even know.
Like no one knew, you know. It was just something that like happened. They did it to me, and then afterwards they told someone. Like one day later, they told like I was in a religious group. Let's say it like that, in a religious organization. It was I was Muslim. Okay, I will just talk freely, you know. Um, I know many people will be like, how can he talk this freely about it? Like, you know, because if you were in my position, you wouldn't be able to talk like this. But I'm right now, I'm realizing that I'm not a Muslim. I'm not. I'm a human. Okay. First of all, I'm a human. I will talk like a human. I was in a Muslim like organization, religious organization, which like spreads across the whole world. I don't feel comfortable like saying the name of the organ, but it wasn't like a bad organization. It was a good organization, yeah. And I'm like the people there have had like good intentions, okay? Not like in different religious organizations where the people don't have like maybe even like in those organizations they have good intentions, but they are doing they are doing so terrible things, you know. It's crazy. Not in Muslim, but in general, yeah. Like the things um, the things that are still happening in like some religious organizations, it's crazy. And okay, I'm sorry if you are in a religious organization, by the way. And probably if I say it like this, it provokes you. By the way, I don't mean any any bad. Like the things I say, I don't mean to attack anyone. Not a single soul on this planet. I'm not attacking anyone. I know that everything you do for a reason. I know that everything you do because you had to fight, because you you are a great person, okay? There's not a single one who's watching this video. And I know like when I see videos and people say like, yeah, I mean, so I don't even want to point at you. I think it's like, I don't know. Yeah, I mean you, bruh. Yeah, they mean me, they mean you, but they don't understand you actually. Like they just say, yeah, I mean you, and then they say you can. Come on. Um, I guess I will come like I'm skipping topics, but I hope that I will come back to this topic because this will be a long video. Okay. The people who did this to me, I, I wanted to maybe call the police or something on them, but I have hope because you could argue that if I don't call the police on them, then they will raise their children, or maybe would even argue that they will do it to other people, you know. But in this case, I hope that I will be the only one, that it was something they had to get rid of inside of them, sort of anger or something, and they did it to me, and now it's like they experience it, you know? Um, in my mind, I think if you have angers like this or something inside of you, then there's always a way to deal with it without harming anyone. I don't know, like I think you could like use your fantasy like to you wouldn't harm anyone if you really think you have to do it like even if your fantasy you could argue that it's you shouldn't like think about doing something, but I you know what the thing is, people think that when you go in a direction that you will go in the direction, and in religion this is a big thing. That I know this is a sensitive topic for religious people. It was a sensitive topic for me too. But I hope you can hold on with me here. And maybe if you like can't watch this video, maybe you will watch it in years again, and then you will be able to watch it because this is really hard, like hard to grasp things I'm explaining to you right now. If you are in certain Like everyone thinks he's at the peak of his level, you know. He understands everything. And then, like, I always thought it with myself too. But when I saw someone, you know, that I thought was cringe, then I was like, ooh, you know. But no one is cringe. Like you, if you think something is cringe, then this is the situation. This is the time where you should be like not this, but like when you see something that's cringe, then you should be like think about this person, like you should try to think about this person like something normal, you know, and then you would realize that this person who's cringe, you have like you actually have something in common with him. And for example, like people who dress like, I don't know, anime characters or something, you know. I used to think that's cringe, but now I realize like I would do that too, man. I think it's cool. And it's no problem when you see something that's cringe and you can't immediately be like, okay, I would no. It's okay. Don't. It's okay. Hey, you don't have to accomplish this feeling like of acceptance towards him in a snap. You know, it's alright, bro. And even if it takes years, it doesn't matter. Just knowing that it is wrong is so much, because then you will walk in the right direction. However, like this takes long, by the way. If you have like prejudice against people, I'm not like, it's okay. You are not prejudiced because of no reason. Okay, like I said, just try not to harm anyone. Try not to insult anyone, because even on the internet, your words have meaning, you know. Because on the internet, your words are the same meaning as when I spoke to you in real life. It's the same. Um, the words are the same, you know. The messages always stays the same. Um, yeah. Where was I, by the way? Yeah, like the people who did this to me. Um, I couldn't speak about this topic because I wasn't sure. Like, of course, like normally, of course, you would say, "Yo, why don't you hate them?" Like, of course, you should be like this. Okay, this person. But I watched Vinland Saga, and I learned that there are really no enemies. Like, no one wants to be your enemy. Everyone wants to understand you deep down. I know people like have, for example, ops like in ghettos in America, where if they hear me saying this, they'll be like, "I have enemies, bro." Like are trying to end, like to end me, you know, or country wars. Like I don't want to get political, but some countries are in war, and they are like, of course, they are our enemies. And it's hard to for me to say something like this because people are getting uh, in combat with another, and they are, you know, things are happening. So how can you say that there are no enemies? I mean, I don't want to get political, but I don't care. Like the wars that are happening, the soldiers aren't the people who are deciding it. You know, the politicians are saying do this and do that, and I feel like the politicians don't quite understand what the soldiers have to go through, because if they knew, they would never send them there. No, nothing in this world is more important than us. Like, we try to protect us with war, no? We try to protect our country with war. But then we send us to the war and end ourselves. Like, what are we protecting then? What? Are we protecting like gold or something in the, but this nothing has value without us. If we weren't on this world, then diamonds or they wouldn't have value. We are the thing that are valuable. So why do we send us into combat and then we don't exist anymore? It doesn't make sense. Like on a mathematic on a mathematical level, it doesn't make sense to do it. We try to protect us, like us equals us, and then we send, and then we take us away. So what is what's there anymore? So the people who did this to me, yeah, um, I understand now that they, even if they would never say it, accept it, they have problems like in their head. I knew them, by the way, like since I was a little kid, and we always like one guy, for example, he always used to beat me up like for no reason, really, you know. I liked him actually, you know. I liked him like I liked him like as a friend, you know, like as a, I don't know, you know, as a child you just see someone's face and you, I don't know, you want to play with him or something, you know. I liked him, but maybe he was afraid, you know, like not everyone wants to be loved, everyone wants to feel safe. Maybe he just wanted, he had like not maybe, I'm pretty sure, like even in this age, you know, we still have the same problems. Like we still fear each other, we still fear like the people where you think the least that this guy wants to be my friend because he's insulting me the whole time, you know? Trust me, bro. Everyone wants to be your friend. But maybe he's afraid of you because, you know, these days we always try to be cool, we try to act tough. By the way, nothing against it, you know? Like, there's a reason why you act tough. That I know, like, I am not saying anything against anything here, by the way. I understand everything. Yeah, like, it's survival, you know? The people who act tough, then the other people act tough, and then, you know, like, but if we would open up, then the thing is not opening up, but understanding what I'm saying right now. If we would understand that everyone wants to be friends, then you would see like certain things. Hey, actually, I think he's doing this not because he's hating me, but because he's protecting himself, you know? Like making fun of other people. Trust me, like if you are made fun of, people are making fun of you, trust me, the people who are making fun of you, they actually like you. They actually want to like do things with you. They want to be friends with you. How I know that this may seem like so what like what, but trust me. So the people who did it to me, they yeah, like I said, like I know them from childhood, and they always like they had anger issues. I don't like to say something like this, you know, because this is not an issue they have. This is not an anger issue. They are doing this to survive because they like. I don't think anything is bad, you know. Like as a child, they had experience from the family, most likely, or from anywhere. It doesn't matter, and this is why they got like this, you know. This is survival. They don't. No one gets angry for no reason, you know. There are things that happen to him, you know, to every one of us. The person you would least expect something bad happened to him, or like his life was tough. Trust me, it was. His life was tough. And nowadays, like everyone's like, even like in the most privileged families, their life is tough, man. Like, trust me. Because as a child, no matter how privileged you are, you can get controlled very easily. What do I mean by controlled? I mean like when you want to do something, then you can be shouted at, you can get dragged even, you know, this is very bad, by the way. Would someone drag me right now? No. Why? Because I'm big and strong. Yeah, but why did you drag me when I was 5 years old or 3 years old or maybe, you know? What's the difference? I still have the same mind, I still have the same brain, but just because I'm weaker, you think you can do this to me? I had a teacher who like shouted at me, you know, very loudly, and it was so unfair. But she never accepted that that it was like she did she even after years she was like, yo, yeah, at the beginning things weren't so good between us, but now you are like I had to uh, be good in her class, and then she was like, but now you're, even though I never did something wrong, she just shouted at me for no reason because there was a misunderstanding, and even if the misunderstanding, like I will just explain it. Yeah, I kicked a ball. Like we had in the school we had we had where you play outside. Yeah, there was this etage and a second etage. I kicked the ball from the first, like outside, from the first to the second etage. I don't know what it's called, platform. I don't know, to the second platform. Yeah, and there was like an area where there was people working on something, so it was like you weren't allowed to go there, but it wasn't dangerous. Yeah, so I kicked the ball there, and then when I was there, um, the teacher said to me, "Don't shoot the ball like from there here." Yeah. First of all, I don't even know why, because it's a ball. Why shouldn't I shoot it? And there weren't even any people. It wasn't dangerous or something. Like, first of all, why would she say? But the second, but I don't care. I wouldn't do it. Like, I'm not a. Yeah, I will do it anyways. I would just not do it. Why should I? So, but the thing is, there was a bee, like a big bee, like a loud bee, next to me. It was like very loud. And as a child, like I was in sixth grade or something, fifth. Um, and this was like after school. I stayed after school there, like because I didn't like going home, because I didn't like home in general. So I tried to stay at school as long as possible, even though I like it was also for because I had to wait for a bus, but it was many reasons. And then the bee was like, "Woo," and I just understood from the teacher, shoot the ball. I understood, shoot the ball. So I shot it, like I just shot it, like I don't know, like not hard, but like just so it goes to the platform beneath. Then the teacher came up. Yeah, I was like, did I do something wrong? Or why is she coming up? And then she was like, I told you not to shoot the ball. And then I interrupted her and said, yeah, but there was but there was a bee, I wanted to say. Like, and then she was like, what do you mean there was a bee? Why are you lying? Like, she shouted so loud, like all of the sudden. And then, okay, like I was like, like okay, like why would I lie? I didn't even like, why would I just, I didn't even have the smug like expression on my face or something like, haha, I should have, I was just so neutral. And I was like, okay, like, and then like she did something very, like, this is what I mean, like people have anger issues, and this teacher definitely had anger issues, because why would you do something like that to a child? That's my point. She's doing it to a child. Like, uh, uh, she would never do that to someone who's a adult in her age. But just because she can, and she knows I have low self-respect, and I would never tell another teacher, yo, she just shouted for me for no reason, because I was also I was German, so I got treated differently a little bit. Like, I know if Germans hear this, they will be like, no, we treated you the same, but I realized like the way people treat foreigners in Germany. Even though I was like born here, I am German, like, but I have Turkish roots. So people, like, I always got like, you can't tell me I didn't get treated differently. I remember in kindergarten, I had a black friend, uh, and we tried to go in a room where children were playing. Um, German children. I don't know if every one of them was German. I don't know, but he was black and I was Turkish. Like, I guess we were the ones who stood out the most. That's why they like we wanted to go in the room and play with them, but they like it was a sports activity like yeah, in a big room with like you could do sports and thing on you could climb on things, and they didn't let us like they didn't let us in come in. They didn't know. Okay, and then we went out and there was a piano at the ground level and we played the piano like. Then we went like I don't know we you know this imagination we thought like okay we will play the piano and then we will get power and then they will accept us, you know. I don't know, like, and then we did that and we went up and they still said, no, you can't come here, you know. And this is like the first time it happened many times, I'm pretty sure, but after that, you know, I remember, like, after that I played alone, like, with myself. I bought games because I knew that this isn't something that it's not something. If you're afraid of something, it has a reason, you know. It's real. You are not afraid of something because oh no no. It's this fear is real because something really happened and something will probably still happen. You know, like social fear. Yeah, social fear is a healthy thing because things can actually happen to you and things actually do happen to you. You don't develop social fear because of no reason because what? No, it's real, man. It's happening. Yeah, like it is happening. And I was yeah, after that I was like very alone, you know. I remember like after that I didn't have any friends in the kindergarten. Like I had friends, but it was like I always thought that I had to prove myself, you know. Always. I was never in a position where I felt safe and okay, this is me. No, I always felt like I had to prove myself because I got, you know, I got like we can say like bullied from like they what's the word they pushed me away. I don't know. Yeah, like it was forever like that. It was in preschool, then it was always. I always thought I have to prove. Still, like I still think I have to prove myself, and it's real. Like people don't treat me like German. Still, it happens, and if people like if some people hear this, they would be like, "Ah, no, that's not true." But it is true. Like I see it in people's faces, man. I see it how they talk with me. Like I see how the solutions, like problems, when there are problems, the solutions are mm, very different when it's me or when it was a German. When it was a German, then they would come to a solution. But I don't know. People think that I want something bad. Like I'm a bad person. Like I'm I want negative things. I'm lying. You know. That's like the thing they tend to. I was in a train and I didn't have my ticket, but I paid a ticket, like monthly ticket, which with which you can travel in Germany. You pay 63 euros. Then you can travel in Germany. But I didn't have my phone with me, so yeah. And whatever happens, you know, you have to assume that I'm a paying customer. So even if you kick me out of the train, you have to be understanding. Like you have to understand me. You have to be like, yo, I'm sorry, like that you are a paying customer, but still, because you can show me, I am not allowed to, you know, like this because it's just the truth. Like when I because I told them I have the ticket, but I don't have my phone with me. I can show it to you. And the way I got, trust me, the way they treat me in that situation is very differently than they would treat any other person. It's so cruel, actually. Like this is the thing that I'm saying. This you can't say that this is a fear I developed when I was in kindergarten, and it is some childhood trauma. You let go of this. Like it's still there, man. Come on. So the people who did it to me, they I understand them, you know. I understand that their childhood wasn't easy. If they have to do something like that, it had to be cruel. Even if they self don't realize it, you know, because some people think, yeah, the way I got raised, actually, it was hard, but it was right. No, I think it was good, you know. It's so crazy, you know. But you know, we are human. We try to see positive things of all negative things because otherwise we can't continue. And this is how they continue. They start to see it as a positive thing, you know. It's so crazy, actually. And then, yeah, like how I said, I understand every one of them, you know. Like I actually understand them because when you are a child, especially as a religious child, you can't really experience. I don't want to say the word, but you can't experience like your own body or the body of others. You can't like, as a child, it's very normal to want to touch like bodies, you know. But it's seen like a sin. You can't do it. No, the devil, blah blah. And then there's something in you like. Water wants to flow, but it stopped then, and it's like this, you know. It's not you. It's not a bad thing to do it, you know. But people, you, it stops your self development. You can't develop yourself. That's a problem. So when you are older, something inside you is missing. Even body parts get taken away. I'm talking about I don't know if I can say the word, but you know the procedure where skin tissue is taken away from you, from a body part of yours. I think it's cruel. I think it's crazy that something like this happens to like every second American, I think, or every American this happens to, you know, and to Muslims and to Jews. It's crazy because we can't decide it. We don't have any decision over it. And you can't tell me, yeah, but they didn't force you. Oh my god, come on. Like this, I don't want to explain. I can explain in a different video, but yeah. So, the people who did it to me, I understand them now. So, that's why I can, like, speak about it. The thing is, I would press charges if I was, and I, if I was sure that they will do this, like they will also raise the children this way, and they will also do it because I don't feel like humans are getting better, you know, better, better, better. I feel like we are always the same. I feel like even 100 years ago, of course, like there were things in history happened. I know. I feel like these things can still happen. I don't think that things happened and we learned. I think things still happen and still can happen. It's never like, oh yeah, we learned. No, we didn't. Every human who gets born is isn't like better than a human who was born 100 years ago. It's the same human. And if someone who was born 100 years ago was born today, he would still grow up like he wouldn't have any disadvantages, you know, like he would see his surroundings and be like, yeah, you know, it's never just because we are in the future doesn't mean we are better. We always have to make up our own minds. We can't say, yeah, we are good. No, always make up your own mind. Okay, that's like all I'm going to say about this. So, what actually happened? Now I will talk about it. I was in a room with 7 or 9 people, like me including, I guess. I don't know, like this, okay? I was in a room in a religious organization. We were in a different city in Germany. We went there to learn about a certain topic about religion, you know? Yeah, like, and then it happened at night. All of a sudden, two people dragged me. One took this took this one arm. They bent me over the couch, and then another guy. By the way, they were all older than me. I was the youngest one in that room. And the other guy, like the third guy. And why am I saying that 7 or 9 people did this to me? Because we were all in the same room, and everyone watched, and no one. They were in the same room, in a small room, by the way, like small, very small, and no one even had an expression of like, you know, of whoa, what's happening? No, everyone watched, and it was a procedure, and no one did anything. Like, and the crazy thing is, even after that, or years after that, no one apologized or said anything about it to me. It was a meme, actually. They make jokes about it, you know? And yeah, then it happened. Like, yeah, then it happened. Like, I tried with everything I have, to this is the traumatic part actually, because I tried with everything I had to get out of the situation. With every like I had I had to explore new limits, like new strengths inside of me to get out of that situation, but I just couldn't. It was impossible. It was impossible. I couldn't get out of that situation. It was impossible. And then I just had to endure it, you know? It was crazy. So, now comes the very problematic part about this, because this only happened to me because I had low self-esteem. This is what I mean by they choose their victims. They choose their victims. They choose people with low self-esteem, where they know, first of all, they can't do anything against it. They I don't want to like seem weird right now, but I think it's understandable that the thing is, yeah, what happened afterwards. I was still like I was about to graduate from German high school, I guess you could say. It's Abitur. It's called Abitur in German, and I couldn't, this pressure. And the thing is, after it happened, like directly after it happened, or while it was happening, I was afraid that it would leave a mark, on me. I was afraid that I couldn't maybe, like, when something like that happens to you, um, I was afraid, like, what will happen now? Like, will I get traumatized because of this? Like, I was afraid. And then I was like, okay, I think nothing is happening. Like, I felt like, okay, okay. But it happened. It already happened. It was too late. But I didn't even, that's a big thing. If you are a teacher, if you are a friend, if you are anybody, you can't just assume that when someone does things, I, I couldn't graduate, and my teachers, like, they blamed it on me. Like, you were lazy, you were this and that. Just assume that something might have happened to this person, and maybe try to help him instead of pushing him away. Uh, I know I don't seem like a guy. Yeah, I don't know, like, I shaved my head, I look a bit weird right now, maybe. I don't seem like a guy, but this can happen to everyone, man. Like, it's not when will we wake up. There's not something which happens to, like, this can happen to everyone. Everyone, come on, like, because the thing is, even if you are like, even if you are like, this can't happen to me because I am big and strong. Like, I'm not meaning it in a negative way. Please, don't take me like this. Um, this happened to me with my closest friends, with my brothers. And afterwards we still met, like nothing happened. And this is what traumatized me. Imagine something like this happens to you. Uh, Come on. This is really hard for me to. Imagine something like this happens to you, and you still continue living your life like nothing happened. Something was going on inside of me, and I didn't know what. It was so insane. I always felt so stressed and so insane, like, and then one day I just snapped, like, when I was, I don't know, 19 or something. I was laying in my bed and I snapped. I snapped. I started imagining things. I don't know, because when you're religious, and I don't know, I guess something like this happens to you. The thing is, because every religious person wants to be a good person, a good religious person, a good Christian, Muslim, Jew. Hinduist, you want to be good at it, you know? You want to achieve high inner peace, or you know, you want to read about things in this, you want to read the Bible, the everything, you know? And I was like that too. I always wanted to achieve, like, I wanted to read as much as I wanted to be good, you know, a good person. And then when something like this happens to you, um, even if it's like just not like on your like, even if it's just um, I don't know, like if you don't think about it, like, uh, but it like what is it called when you just when you're on when you even if you don't think about it in your mind, you're like, okay, I thought God loved me, but then this happened to me, so it must have. You never stop, by the way. I wasn't like, okay, I'm not religious anymore because this happened to me. You always try to understand, okay, then I guess I must have deserved it. Okay, and then you're like, okay, why did I deserve this? Why, what happened, you know? This sounds crazy right now for someone who isn't religious, or maybe even for people who are religious, but I was very religious at that time, you know? And I tried to find like ways, and even after years of thinking, after even when I thought I have my mind straight, I was still like, okay, um, I will still try to understand why this happened to me. It must have, it has to be like, you know. Okay. Guys, like, I know the way I'm speaking right now is, I know, like, I know it is unusual how many stops I know how it seems for a normal person, you know? You know, there are many people outside who want to speak in a certain way, who want to express themselves, but when they do, people think they are weird. Please stop it. Please accept everyone as who he is. Please don't force people to speak in a normal way, like normal people should. Please don't force people to write in a way like people should. You can express yourself however you want. You can write however you want. It's your way of living. It's your way of speaking, of typing, of why are we born in this world and people tell us what to do? This is my world. This is my world, man. Like, who are you? No, who are you? What? By the way, I know it sounds weird that but like I said, I'm still not in my right mind. Like, I couldn't speak for so long. Like, I was stressed every day, every second of my life, for the past years. I was. You know which song describes my situation pretty good, actually? You know the song which goes like this, and with every day I try to move on. Whatever it was, there's nothing now. Because at that time when something happened to me, you know, like really, but no one believed me, not even my family, not even my closest friends. No one. Everyone was like, "Yo, did you try this?" My family was like, "You have to pray more." They sent me to Mecca. to Mecca. They even wanted me to pay for it. Oh my God, like nothing happened. I didn't feel anything, and but I tried to imagine myself. Yeah, it helped because of this and this. I had serious mental problems, and problem is people think religion is always the answer, and then it gets worse because you it's absolutely mind blowing what's happened to me actually. No one believed me, but everyone saw it. I know everyone saw it. Everyone who spoke with me, I know they felt something was off. But no one cares. No one cares about you. No one. Not your father, not your mother. No one cares about you, trust me. Everyone cares about themselves. And I don't mean that your father or mother is a bad person. It is not something bad or good. Bad and good doesn't exist. Everyone tries his best. There's no one who's bad on purpose. No one. No one. No one. The sentence doesn't make any sense because I just said bad and good doesn't exist, and then I say, let me say it like this: the thing that we depict as bad, no one, like, no one is bad. Like, okay, everyone tries his best, man. Everyone tries to survive. Like, why are we making it so much harder? Life doesn't Life doesn't exist because it's hard to live. Life exists because it's a good thing to live. Okay? So why are we in a state right now where it's so hard to live? Even though it could be so easy. It's very hard to me for speak. That's why I'm making this pauses because it's hard to me to speak. I have things in my mind that I want to say, but I will just say it. Okay, I will just say it. There's a blockade in my head when I try to speak about something, then it just stops. I don't know. It just stops me from saying it. Um, it's comparable with OCD, where you feel like something bad is going to happen when you say stuff. Like, I feel like I could say some things that are better than things that are in my mind right now, but I will just say whatever comes to my mind, I guess, even if it's hard. Like, it's not easy to me to speak right now, but I will still speak. Yeah, like, I was in a mental state, in a very bad mental state. My family didn't acknowledge it. They still sent me to work. I was in the army actually in that state. It's very dangerous, by the way. I don't even know how I got in the army because anything is like, I don't even know how I got in the army. Um, like, I'm telling my friend this, yeah, and he's like, "Yo, but why? If it was really like this, why did they let you in the army like it?" Yes, it is crazy, but that's not a reason not to believe me. In that time, it was Corona, and I feel like everyone could go in the army, like, even if, like, the thing is, yes, I was mentally unstable, but you know how you have to act to seem like a normal person to everyone else. Like, you know how people react. Like, this is just something okay? You know how to be. It was very hard for me to act normal, but I did it somehow, and I didn't succeed at it because in my army, my group or everyone, they noticed, like, even my group leaders, they noticed like something was up with me, because I never spoke. It's not just like certain things. It's like in general how I was. They realized, okay, something holy, like something is with this guy, something's up with this guy. In that mental state I should have never went to the army because I had low self-esteem. So I thought that whatever I do, that when I do this, I feel good. For example, if I had to scratch myself, yeah, and I know this sounds very like you can't maybe grasp what I'm saying right now because you can't like quite comprehend it. Even if this is happening, if that is happening to you right now, you won't see yourself. But I hope you see this video and you are like, oh wait, this is actually my situation. But even then, like, if this is happening to you, it means that your surrounding isn't good. So I encourage you to go to a doctor and let go of your surrounding. Because if something like this happens to you, it means that no, it has not a single soul in your surrounding, or like in your, I don't know, like, it's crazy, man. I had so low self-esteem that, for example, I had to scratch myself. Okay, I didn't do it because I felt like I didn't deserve it, and it wasn't just a feeling which I could overcome. It also was connected with OCD. Um, so when I thought about doing it, I thought when I do it, something bad is going to happen to me, you know? That's why, like, sometimes I stood in the same position also for hours because, you know, when you're staying like this, then it feels good to move your body, you know, to go in a different position. Or when you sleep, you know, you don't sleep like in the same position the whole time. You change your positions because it feels good for your body. I didn't do it. I stayed in the same position. Like, for example, those are just examples. Sleeping or traveling in a train, I always was in the same position because I felt like I don't deserve good things. I don't deserve, and this was even the littlest thing. Like, yeah, in the train, moving, I was always like this because I felt like not just because of this. Okay, this had many reasons, like many feelings were behind this. And this state I was in, I had for years, you know, it was crazy. That's also why I didn't go to a doctor because I felt like I still don't know why I didn't go to a doctor, but it had reasons, you know. Yeah, and for example, the reason was no one believed me, so I was like, okay, even a doctor won't believe me, you know, because my family, it's so crazy to have a family who, it's so crazy, man. That's how I just know that your family doesn't know you. They don't know the real you. Because if they knew, then. Sorry, there's someone there. Sorry, there's someone in front of my room. That's why I don't speak right now because I don't want them to hear this. Just wait a little bit. Whatever. So your family doesn't know the real you. Um, like in my case, I don't know in other families. Because they didn't know the real me, they thought like they always tried to push me in a direction which I wasn't. This is me, and I was like this, but this is the real me. But I was like this, you know. They pushed me in this direction. So when something like this happened to me, they thought, oh, okay, he's just lazy. The devil is inside of him, like he's possessed or something, you know. They thought I'm just not a good Muslim anymore. Not I'm not a good person anymore. That's why this is happening to me. That's why like bad spirits or some I don't know, man. Like it's crazy. And my family isn't even like this like religious in that way, but they are very modern religious. But yeah, still this happened. Like you know, because they thought I'm just going in the wrong direction. But I was in such a it's unbelievable how bad my mental state was. like I said, it was not just for 2 weeks or something. It was for years, for 5 years or something. It's when I was 17 and it happened. It was like slowly, 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 and that's the thing. Like it's not that just the fact that it happened, but how can it happen? How can it happen? And how can it just go undetected? It was detected. The group leader. We had a group leader, and next day everyone told him what happened, and he didn't do anything. He had to realize the potential danger of the situation to me, and do something, but he didn't do anything. Yeah. Um, what did I want to say? Yeah, like slowly, slowly, and then in school, my teachers, I really like it's so insane that I had to live like this. I was in such stress, but I didn't understand why. I thought maybe it's because I'm not praying enough or something. And the thing is, when something like this builds up since your childhood, you know, because I was also like, this is all together. And I feel like many people are like this. This, like the thing that happened to me, like this specific thing, doesn't even need to happen. As like maybe I got like this because it happened, but just the fact it's all in all, it's not just one thing that happened, but it's all like the same. It's in the same thing, it's like it's in the same line of things that are happening. Childhood, I got beaten up, and I got low self-esteem because my father never spoke to me, and always when I asked something, he acted like it was a dumb question. And when he asked me, I didn't know the answer. I was like, "Wow, you don't know anything." Um, and those are not like special bad moods he had. He was like that, like always. He never apologized for something. He was like that for always. Even now, he doesn't apologize. He it's crazy. This is something that builds up, since your childhood, and especially it's hard for a foreigner in Germany. Like you, as a family, you have to build someone up, but they even push me way down. Like it's the opposite, opposite happened to me. So this thing, like self-esteem, then this happens, and then I don't do anything against it, and the people are realizing, yeah, like uh, I can't speak about it. That's why this is such a big problem, because this doesn't happen to someone. Yes, it happens, but I feel like it's mostly to people who can't speak about it. And this is like, it's, yeah, my life. Many people who look at me think that I threw my life away the past years because I couldn't pursue my career, even though I went to the army for 1 year and I did something else for 1 year, and I did educate myself, not like I learned something about jobs, and like I made up my own mind. I think it's crazy how you can get in jobs without making up your own mind, because then you treat people in your job badly. Because I would also, when I was if was in a leading position, I would treat my workers badly, because people tell you to treat your workers badly. You have to tell them this, or else they get lazy or something. No one is lazy at their work. Everyone tries to do their best. If you um, don't respect them, that's when they just want to get home, you know? Yeah. Um, man. You know, I could speak about so many things for ever, for my whole life, because I also learn things every day, new things, you know, and I hope it will never stop. Until the end of my life, I will always find new things. Um, I could speak forever, you know, about things. It's also a thing I every time when I speak with someone, I can speak with everyone, you know. I'm not like, oh, I'm afraid we will not have anything to speak. I can speak about. I'm interested in everything because everything is interesting, you know. That everything is interesting. And yeah, so I think this is it for the video. I know this video didn't like follow a red line or something. I just spoke like whatever was in my mind. This is also because my mind isn't in the right state right now, but also I think like who gives a like who cares, man? Like let everyone speak how they want to speak and respect everyone. Doesn't matter if they can speak, if they can't speak. I'm just saying everyone in the story I understand fully. Everyone I understand. Everyone in the story you can speak with me. Everyone can speak with me. I don't care. Like I don't care about money. I care about feelings, about humans. Everyone can speak with me. I don't care. Like everyone can speak with me. Yeah, everyone and I don't care. I don't care. Everyone, anytime. Yeah, it's crazy to me when you have like problems and you go to someone. They are like, yeah, next week I have like to a you know to a like not doctor but I don't know. It's always like, yeah, next brother. You could tell them that you want to like end yourself, and they would be like, yeah, it's crazy, you know. Like no one has time for the. Why can we go every day in a Gucci shop and buy Gucci bags? No, every day we can do it, but this we can't do. This we have to wait. Why isn't our focus on this? What is more important than mental health? What? Because when you don't have mental health, anything else doesn't make any sense, you know? It's like the foundation. If you don't have it, like everything else doesn't make sense. It's insane. Yeah, well, man. Peace to anyone, everyone. Peace.